Have you ever thought about where your produce comes from? Most grocery chains receive produce from various local and national farmers. In fact, there are about 3.4 million farmers in the United States today. But of that staggering number, only 45,000 are Black farmers. At the Better Buggy, we are a proud group of Atlanta-based Black-owned farmers, selling produce locally and nationwide. Our easy-to-navigate online platform makes it easy for you to make a one-time purchase or to simplify your life by subscribing to our weekly produce box. Whichever frequency you choose, you can order with confidence, knowing you'll receive 100% organic farm-fresh produce. If you're looking for a thoughtful gift for a loved one that they'd actually find useful, be sure to pop by our online store where you can snag a gift card your recipient can use to order their own produce and t-shirts. Ready to start supporting local Black-owned farms and making healthier food decisions? Visit thebetterbuggy.com now to start shopping.
Ladies and gentlemen, one thing we can honestly say when it comes down to rent, it is really unaffordable for many Americans around this country that are deemed to be essential workers. And if you are making minimum wage in this country, there's a great chance you will not be able to even afford rent, not unless you have family that you're living with, or you're perhaps living with a friend, but living on your own is very difficult. But they've made this society very unaffordable, and it has gotten worse over the years. So if your earnings are not high, then chances are you're going to be struggling, or you're going to have to be one of those adults that live with your parents, which there are a lot of in this country, by the way, more common than uncommon. Rents are out of reach for most Americans earning minimum wage, a study says. You don't need a study to realize this. American renters are well aware of the dire housing market situation, and a new report confirms that it's only likely to worsen unless hourly wages are dramatically increased. And that, you know what, that's what they're railing against. A lot of these businesses that are struggling to get workers, they're also refusing to give better wages. And that is in a large part, a lot of it is their own problem, to be honest with you. But this is what they're doing. They're whining about not getting applicants, but at the same time, they don't want to do anything as far as increasing the wages. Workers simply don't earn enough money to keep up with the skyrocketing rental rates across the country. The National Low Income Housing Coalition found in a latest Out of Reach report. In no state, metropolitan area, or county in the U.S. can a worker earning the federal or prevailing state or local minimum wage afford a modest two-bedroom rental home at a fair market rent by working a standard 40-hour-a-week job. The report released on Wednesday finds. The coalition tracks how much money a person would have to earn to afford an apartment or other rental at fair market rent in their community. Additionally, the report defines affordable as 30% or less of a person's income. An average renter in search of a modest two-bedroom home who is seeking to stay within the 30% income window needs to earn at least $24.90 per hour, the study says. The figure is more than 3 to 4 times the federal minimum wage. Those in search of a one-bedroom are in a similar position. They need to make $20.40 per hour. Meanwhile, affordable units are increasingly, um, they're increasing every day across the country. Rent is actually going up. It's skyrocketing now. It did not, it never goes down anyway. So that's almost unheard of for rent to go down. It always goes up. So during the pandemic, it skyrocketed. An analysis showed that in 218 of more than 3,000 communities nationwide, can a full time minimum wage worker afford a 1 bedroom rental home at fair market rent without dipping into income that should be used for all other living expenses and savings? A stagnant federal minimum wage is exacerbating the housing crisis for low income renters. Mm-mm-mm. Even in places where a higher minimum wage has been implemented, low income non homeowners face extreme financial hardships. California, where 45% of households are living in rentals, ranks number one as the most expensive rental market, despite the fact that the statewide minimum wage is as high as 14 an hour, depending on the size of the company. Still, according to the report, a person making 14 an hour would have to work 89 hours a week to cover the rent on a modest 1 bedroom, which is estimated to be $1,615 a month. The annual report states affordable rents are more elusive for renters of color who are most likely to have low wage earning jobs and are therefore at greater risk of eviction. Well, it wouldn't be that way if all along America would have given people a living wage. You wouldn't have people out here struggling the way that they are. But, they set up this capitalistic society and it's never been right. It's never been right. If you go look at all the financial crashes this country have, go back and look at the history of it. It is outrageous for these people to get in our faces preaching to us about anything. This country has always been mismanaged. Always have. In fact, I believe I did a live stream. It might have been 2017, 2018, where I showed you all the way back, I think in the 1700s, all the way up until now, all of the financial crashes this country had. It is just unbelievable. You can't look at something like that and say, no, these people are the best ones to run everything. That is just outrageous. That's outrageous. For them to talk to us about anything concerning money is downright laughable. And you saw how they did during the pandemic. Okay, enough said. So, you know, it's going to be a lot now that the baby boomers are aging and everything. It's going to be a lot of homes out here just sitting there. This is exactly, if you want to see what's coming to America, look at Europe. Europe has had a declining population now for many decades. You can go, because it was even there when I was living over in Germany. You could see block after block after block after block after block after block, and no one's living there. No one's living there. The houses are just sitting there. And these are not new houses, these are older houses over in Europe just sitting there. And it's like that all over Europe. And that's coming to America, especially as the baby boomers start dying out, because they are the last biggest population. It's going to be so many empty houses sitting around America. It's not even funny. It's going to be a lot. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.